This is Tucker here, and today I was moving some hay down to the neighbors that I sold to him here a while back, and I got to talking to him about old cars because he's kind of a car guy too. He's got an old 68 Chevy and stuff that he'd had since high school that he ended up getting back and building up, and has some pretty neat looking old Chevy pickups. And he told me that he wanted to know if I was interested or knew anybody interested in an old 63 or 4 Chevy Suburban. And I thought, well, heck, I'd take a look at it. And man, I didn't know he even had that thing, but we got to talking there, and I ended up doing a little trading for some more hay, and I'm gonna go try to get that picked up. But it's just neater than heck. I think it'll make a good shop truck where I can load my tools and stuff in it, and maybe haul the old 55 to the drag strip or something. So we're gonna go see if I can do a retrieval here in a little bit. This is the last load here before I get to go do that retrieval. Truck loaded up yesterday like I'd planned. It took a little doing to get my old custom deluxe camper spatial fired up. I had a couple tire issues with it, so we got that all taken care of and everything I think I need to load the old panel truck up. So we're en route over here to see if we can go get her on there. So stay tuned, we'll see what happens. Well, she was quite a ways off the old beaten path here, so hopefully we can get through here and get her peeled out of here. But yeah, you couldn't really see it from the road, so we'll see if we can do some good here. Well, here she is, kind of buried behind these cedar trees here. But man, I think this is going to be a pretty neat service unit here. Pretty slick. Trying to see when it was last tagged. Looks like Oklahoma and 77. Yeah, I haven't seen too many of these around. Looks like she got a little whiskey bruise up here on the front. I'm sure that's probably what put her out of service. But looks like she probably had a V8 originally with a 3-speed on the column. It's not really all that rusty for these parts. Being in Oklahoma probably the first half of its life, or first part of its life, probably made a difference on it. But kind of hard to see with all these trees growed up around it. I don't know how long she's been here. But I'll have to see if I can get in here. I noticed when I looked at it the first time that one of these old cedar trees has grown into the door down here. Kind of messed it up, so I'm going to have to cut this tree down here, I think, first, before I don't damage that door any worse. But we'll get squared up here with it and see if we can get her pulled out of the trees here and get a little bit better look. Alright, we got the old Hillbilly Deluxe backed up there in front of the old panel unit. We're going to see if we can get some trees out of the way and get her pulled up out of there. Dang, this thing's pretty near the same shade of blue as the Blue Goose. I'm not a huge fan of the collar, but I don't know why everything that I seem to come across is blue. Man, this whole thing might have been a flower power unit at one time. I don't know. Well, I ran into my first snag here. The rims that I brought over here were 6-hole rims. I thought there'd be enough studs sticking out on this old panel unit. I could just kind of get the lug nuts temporarily on there, just enough to pull her up on here. But there's not nearly enough sticking out on there. And maybe if I would have brought some mag wheel lug nuts or something, I could have got a couple on there and made it work. But I don't really want to run back home if I don't have to, because this thing's way down in here, way off the road. So I might try something else. It might be an epic fail, but we'll see what happens. Well, getting this thing up on here didn't exactly go according to plan when I set out to get it this morning, but at least we've got her back up on here, at least far enough now that I think we've got her in the bag. The rear wheel on the other side isn't turning, but it's the old harbor winch has enough in it, I guess, to pull her up on here. So we'll get her pulled on here a little further and get her tied down, and then I can go ahead and put all that stuff away that I'd found laying around out here to try to help me get it on here. Man, I tell you what, this thing, she's got a little bit of rot in it, but like I said, for around here, like I said, this stuff rusts out so dang bad. I don't think this is going to be too bad of a fix at all, at least from what I can see so far. All right, well, we got everything picked up off the ground and got the old unit tied down on here, so we're going to try to make a slow dash up out of here. Well, I got the old girl back home all in one piece. She stayed on the old truck here and didn't have any trouble on the way home. So I just thought I'd do one more walk around here. This whole passenger side's pretty straight. Like I said, it got a little bit of rust in it, but like I said, it's not too awfully bad. So I think this whole thing is going to make it just a pretty neat project. Pretty excited about it. Can't wait to get started on it. But as far as the driver's side goes, I think it looks like, you know, it's not going to be too awfully bad. That door on the driver's side is kind of in bad shape where that tree had growed in between it. It's kind of twisted a little bit, and the bottom of it's, yeah, pretty soft. But aside from that, man, the old panels are just pretty straight on it. Just you got the typical lower rust on it, but I think it's going to be just an awful fun project here. Well, I'd like to take a minute here to thank everybody that's been watching and following along on all my videos here. It's been great. Like I said, feel free to leave comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can on those. And like I said, if you're new to this channel and kind of like some of the stuff you see, found any of it entertaining, please hit the subscribe button on there. And like I said, to all my other followers, man, I tell you what, it's great. I appreciate all the comments and everything. This has really been fun. And I'm working towards getting the some music edited in on the fast forward part of my videos. I haven't quite got that all figured out yet, but I'm getting closer, I think. So here before long, we'll start to get some music in there. So like I said again, thanks to everybody that's been watching, and take care, and we'll catch you next time.